How you doing, lads? You all right?
Good, man.
It was a glorious weekend, Brian. It was glorious, man. It was one of the best weekends ever.
Honestly, I've been seeing Craig's fucking social media. It's just his best life all coming. It's really true now.
Yeah. Miami was incredible. Came up from Miami to that result, man. I'm just waiting for something bad to happen in my life now. Because
there's a picture of Craig, right, in a club. I need to discuss this. I need to get this out right now, right? Craig's in this club. There's women all over this man, right? All over him, right? You're just like, you're noticing more in the distance as you like look. And the more you look at the picture, the more women pop out. And then there's this one chick just bending over right in front of his crotch, and she is giving it everything, and I'm like, that's my boy.
Yes, man.
That's what we do.
Like you guys, that'll be me, man. Outside.
There's a problem though with that picture is, do you post it as a solo picture and make it your profile picture? Because every man is going to love it, but then it's just going to scare every single woman away from you.
I'm not going to post. I'm not going to put Maya put in her dump, so that can stay there.
Yeah,
that can be there. I'm not.
Nah, but you have to though. It's a legacy photograph. That's like your prime. It is. That's your prime. Like, that's something that when you have a kid later, your son's going to look back and go, my God, look, man. Yeah. He'll
think it was my stag do, and I'll be like, nah, it's just my birthday.
Like a stag.
It's just my birthday.
Most stag do's don't live up to that.
It was mental.
All right. I guess we'll start. Man City Spurs, boys. Pep Guardiola comes up against his ultimate bogey team, and he's lost 4 in a row. Big Ange, really on fraud watch, as Craig said on Twitter before the game.
Is it 5 in a row,
and
mate?
all of a sudden, it's 5 now because they destroyed them. Spurs humiliated. And look, Pep looks like he's in the biggest painful moment of his career. He's never lost 5 in a row. And not only that, now all the other fans of like Klopp and Sir Alex and all them go, don't you ever mention Pep Guardiola with my manager, because our managers never went through that. And he's going through a world of pain right now. What was it like for you, Craig, first of all, to just see your team at the Etihad smash Man City?
Well, it's 2 teams, Brian. Do you mean it's 2 teams?
Yeah, it was
feelings.
Man City.
Go on, Josh. Man City's feelings.
Man City's my second team. Yeah, we know this is my second team, just purely because I hate Arsenal and I love Pep. That's the only reason. But yeah, I was saying, like, this is the closest feeling I'm going to get to winning the league. That's how it felt. It was
Ever in your life?
Probably. It was that euphoric. Like, honestly, like, to beat Man City 4-0. And I was saying to the boys before we started recording, like, they don't lose by that margin ever, really, home or away, like in any competition.
Without your first choice centre backs, like how the fuck?
So literally before the game, when I saw Romero and Van der Ven were out, I was just like, okay, I feared the worst. Like, I literally feared the worst. Pep signed a new contract. They had the international break to recalibrate. Do you know what I'm saying? That you just felt like, all right, they're at home. Their fans are going to get behind them. They know they need to stop the rot. This is it. He signed the new deal. For us to smack them 4-0 in the way we did, and they were great goals. Like, Kulusevski played incredible. James Maddison, when I saw his name was on the team sheet, I was like, I don't really get it. He ain't been on form this season. Like, I don't understand why you're moving Kulusevski, who's been playing amazing in the 10 role, wide, and putting him back in the team. I thought maybe because it's his birthday, he's just being a bit nice, you know what I'm saying? Prove it, birthday boy. And he did. Tax. He went crazy. Birthday tax is a real thing. Well, for some.
Yes.
He went crazy. No, he went crazy. The whole team, I have to get from back to front, I have to give them all their even Basuma, he got a yellow card in like the first 5 minutes and managed to play the whole game and kind of ride it out. So, yeah, man, it was a fantastic result. And my thing is, I know we're going to stick to this result, but I just want to say my thing is, if we lose to Fulham this weekend at home, this means nothing.
Yeah.
The consistency needs to start. This needs to be a springboard now, because you can't beat Man City 4-0 at Etihad. I don't care how poor they are right now. That's still Man City and Pep. And then go and lose at home to Fulham. So I just want to follow it up with another great result.
When you look at the league table, lads, and you look at everybody else's results compared to Spurs, there's real data that backs up like how insane of a club Spurs are. Like, everyone else has drawn 3, 4, 5 games. Spurs have drawn 1, won 6, lost 5. Like, they're either great or they're horrific.
Have you seen our goal defense as well?
Oh, man.
We've outscored everyone in the league. It's so weird, bro. It's so weird.
You look at the talent that you've got, right? Like, Kulusevski really is untouchable at the moment. Maddison had a great game. But in looking at Man City, we have to tackle their situation, right? Because
we must.
Their defense in recent weeks, it looks all over the shop, and it's actually like it's not just different problems; it's the same problems week in, week out. Where those balls in behind their fullbacks, it's like this. I remember when we had FIFA 40, and you'd hit the same long ball over the fullback every time, and you just get. It's literally like that. And Kyle Walker, he's defied medical science for a while. Like I forgot he's even 34, but like he's very much looking every bit of 34 right now. His legs look like Mike Tyson right now. Like
Timo Werner destroyed him.
Oh man,
Timo Werner's not slow.
I've always backed him. I've always backed Timo Werner.
I know, but
you're an idiot.
The left hand. The head start that Kyle Walker had on him as well. Like he had a long, and he just got left in the.
But to be fair, just to be a bit fair, Timo Werner literally just came on fresh legs, and Kyle Walker played the whole game, and it was like the 88th minute. Just for a bit of context, but still, I haven't seen him.
And Timo Werner is very quick. Like that, there is that there, but then I don't think that's the biggest issue. I think what's happened with Pep, I don't know if he's got this. I don't know if there's a level of arrogance that's steeped in. And what he feels he needs and what he doesn't need. When the attitude that he had for the Carabao, because this is where the rut started. It actually started with Tottenham when he said, we don't care about this cup. And I don't know if you can do that in football when you can turn it on, turn it off. So basically say, no, we don't care about that one. These ones we're going to care about. And I think he just set the precedent of, well, there's games to get out for. There's games you don't need to get out for to keep on winning. And they've been great for like at least, how many years? 4 or 5. So as long as he's been here, they've been great. But then he's always had a standard of excellence. Everything means something to him. And you're kind of seeing, I don't know if he's getting tired like Klopp did, but I think that's had an effect on the team and down to the players that he's let go. The players that he's like, you know what, we didn't need De Bruyne for half a year. We'll be fine. We don't even need, they just got rid of their second striker. We don't need him. Where even now when you're looking at players like the Rico Lewis, where is he playing? Is he a right back? Is he a midfielder? There's so many issues. Now it looks like a mess.
There. I feel like it's an arrogance personally, KJ. I feel like he's been overconfident and he's made some big mistakes. And look, before we go on to him, because the team itself, positionally, that defense, like Sporting, so many games, they're all over the shop. And that's what Spurs, I feel like, really exposed in their attacking players, how easily manipulated that back four is right now. And then the metal in the midfield, you're looking at Gundogan tracking back for, I think it was the third goal where it's laid off and you look and you're thinking, you're not the player you used to be. Where's the metal in that midfield in Bernardo Silva, Gundogan and Rico Lewis? Where, like, that's not a dominating Premier League winning midfield. And I know that that's not their first choice, but even in the past when City have had injuries, it's never looked so fragile. It's never looked that frail. And to your point, KJ, I looked at the signings, and if you look at the signings in the last 2 years from Pep Guardiola, it ain't great. Like, he's actually bringing in duds here and there, and
Savinho, fake Mahrez. What? He hasn't done anything.
Yeah, I mean.
Also, by the way, they have the 4th oldest squad in the Premier League as well. When I saw that, I couldn't believe that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you look at from Jack Grealish, obviously, he cost a fortune. That's been a flop. Alvarez was brought in after him, and Alvarez and Haaland, both good players. He let Alvarez go, which was surprising. Calvin Phillips brought in that time. Sergio Gomez, Akanji, Peroni, Kovacic, Doku, Nunes, Savino, and Gundogan. When you're reading them out, you're not like, wow, do you know what I mean?
Could I say this though? This is the level of arrogance when you really look at this now. Look at everyone's team, and everyone's team has a special player coming through, right? How did Pep, with all his knowledge, all his intelligence, look at Cole Palmer and say, you can go to Chelsea? That's like Man United looking at Kobe and saying, see you later. You lot looking at Gordon and saying, oh, on your rock. It's Spurs.
It's even worse.
Looking at
it's even worse.
Yeah.
Who's the most promising player in the England team right now? Who's the one everyone's watching? He's let the best young talent. And guess what? I only just realized this today. We're looking at Liam Delap. And he's lighting up for Ipswich. He had it for 4 years. He had him for 4 years and he let him rot and would send him out on loan. And you're looking at them thinking, you could do with a bit of a backer for Erling Haaland when Erling Haaland's out of form.
Yeah.
And Delap scored 6 and 11 for fucking Ipswich. If you've let him go, I just think like Pep's really, he's getting a fucking check right now because this is embarrassing from him, in my opinion. And surely there's no way, Josh, that they can catch Liverpool now.
No, but just on that point very quickly though, the problem wasn't necessarily like, Man City going, oh yeah, we might as well cash in on these players. Those players were itching to leave because they knew that there wasn't a pathway to get into the first team because they were winning everything and that Pep would never have played them. To be fair, Cole Palmer did get some junk minutes at the end of the season. He plays in, the Community Shield and things like that. But Cole Palmer, to his credit, literally just said, like, to be fair to Cole Palmer, he said, I want a loan. He didn't say I want to leave right now. Mm-hmm. He was happy to stay at Man City, but it was the fact that the club had to then sell him on. But yeah, look, going back to your question, mate, can they catch Liverpool? With the way that Liverpool are playing, I honestly don't think we can. Like to lose 5 in a row, to look so open, to have so many injuries still, to look so poor without Rodri, and as you say in midfield, they've got no one to replace him. Kovacic is the only one that's anywhere near him, and quite frankly, he's like nowhere near the player that Rodri is. I mean, I love
link with Bruno Guimaraes, and Pep has even just been so open about it. Like, I'm a big fan of that guy. And I'm watching that team thinking he would potentially be saving you throughout this period right now.
Yeah. I mean, they're talking about Wharton as well. And if I was Wharton's agent, I'd just be saying to him, fucking hell, mate, avoid that one. You can end up with another Calvin Phillips.
Can you believe what Josh is saying? Josh is saying avoid City. But when you look at it, look at the points deduction that they could go through. Look at the fact that they're in a bad moment. It is a bit of for the first time in fucking 10 years, it's like a worrying team to look at now. Out of nowhere.
No agent worth his soul will say avoid Pep City.
Go for it, quick. You tell us.
1 year of Pep.
Can I just put my Man City cape on?
Go on, put it on.
Everyone else
You've been wearing it the whole time.
Sorry, it has been here.
The visibility cloak.
Yeah, exactly. I have to provide the other. You know what I'm saying? All three of you are just hammering. Cool, I get it. They're shit right now. I'm with it. However, let's
Sky blue. He's wearing sky blue as well.
Let's provide some perspective, please, right? They're still second in the league, right? So if this is a crisis, I take this crisis all day long, right? They, undefeated like the first 10 games? It hasn't been up and down. They were amazing for 10 games. They've been shit the last 5 games, right? They beat Liverpool next week, which looks unlikely right now. Where is it? Anfield? This weekend? I think it's at Anfield.
Good hunting ground for them.
Right. So it looks unlikely. But Forest beat Arne Slot's Liverpool at Anfield. So it's possible. They've got the players to do it. Haaland, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva. We're talking about some of the best players in Premier League.
Wait, hold on. We need to give a little bit of pushback here. So what they struggle with is people running in behind. No, but then again, Liverpool, because we have to give some context here. They're running in behind Darwin Núñez. Those types of players.
What a player, Darwin Núñez. Oh, Haaland, Darwin Núñez.
Should I give you Salah? Should I give you Diaz? Do you want any more?
That's where you should.
There you go. What I'm saying.
Mate, you've always backed Liverpool, KG. You always love Liverpool.
No, I'm
telling you what it is. That's one thing I always say about you.
I'll just leave it there and say you have to deal with that going the other way. Not Timo Werner.
Listen, Liverpool will be the favourites. No one's denying this. Liverpool will be the favourites in this game. But all I'm saying is, you beat Liverpool at Anfield. It goes from 8 points to 5 points. There's a lot of games left. That's the type of result that will kickstart your season once again, with or without Rodri. You go and beat that Liverpool team at Anfield, things change. And I just want to say this as well. The players they have there, they're all title-winning players. The majority of them are treble-winning players. Pep is Pep Guardiola. So for us to write them off at the end of November, I just think you'd be a fool to do it. I'm not going to deny they don't look the same. Last year, when we were having this conversation literally a year ago, when we were sitting down and I was defending them, and you guys were saying, nah, they look done. It's Arsenal's year. They went on and won it. This year, I'm not as confident. This year, I'm nowhere near as confident.
A little bit of a point I want to make then, based on that, is Erling Haaland is missing a lot of chances, and it just takes for one of them to go in, and we all know when he starts getting the feeling again, it changes. That is one thing. But one of the key things for me is when last season they were going through this moment, there was a man who really stood up, And he ain't standing up right now, and that's Phil Foden. He looks trash right now. I don't know what's happened.
Oh my
this
God.
kid is look, we know he's got talent, and we've all said he's one of the most talented English players, but there's this mentality thing with him where sometimes in the past, he has been carried by this City side as the young lad, but now we're knowing, like, you're supposed to be the player that Pep's been talking about, and it's highly embarrassing when Pep said he's one of the most gifted players he's ever managed, and yet Cole Palmer has put him to shame a little bit at times. And I think he really needs to deliver against Liverpool, big time. And now, a word from our sponsors. Good news, lads. Manscaped are back. And this time, it's personal. Personal care for you, that is. They're going to look after you. With their latest release, the Chairman Pro Package. This is an all-in-one set that gives you everything you need to recreate a luxury professional shave right at home. And the star of the show is the Chairman Pro Electric Foil Shaver. It comes with 2 interchangeable skin-safe blade heads. The first one is the SkinSafe 4-blade foil for that close, smooth shave. And the other one is the SkinSafe stubble trimmer for when you want to keep a bit of that rugged look. And both of these are designed with SkinSafe technology to reduce razor burn and irritation. And the standout feature that differentiates the Chairman Pro from all the rest is the Flex Adjust technology. This innovative technology ensures a superior shave by allowing both blades and the pivoting head to seamlessly adapt to the unique contours of your face. And what makes it even easier is it's waterproof, so you can even use it in the shower. Or if you just want to go out in the rain, whatever. Might look a bit weird to the neighbours, but I'd admire that. And this lovely bit of kit has up to 75 minutes of runtime on a single charge. And they've also included the Power Shave Gel to give you the ultimate wet shave experience. This non-irritating, lubricating formula is specifically made to work with the Chairman Pro. And to finish it off, we've got the Face Shave Soother. This aftershave serum is a game changer. Use it after shaving to hydrate your skin and soothe any post-shave irritation. So get the best shave of your life by clicking the link in the description below and go to manscaped.com/thekickoff, and you can get 20% off and free shipping when you use the code THEKICKOFF, all one word, all block capitals, at checkout. Big love to Manscaped for looking after the lads, but for now, enjoy the video.
I agree. I think this season he's struggled massively. Look, he won PFA Player of the Season last year, and people can debate until the cows come home whether he deserved it or not. But the reality is he won the league, and he had a good season last year with De Bruyne out again for most of the season. This season, you're right, Brian. He has to step up now. This is it. A lot of the players are really aging now. You just said they're the 4th oldest team in the league. He's very young. He's very experienced. He's got a bunch of Premier League titles. This is the time now for Phil to really step up and take the mantle. And it hasn't been happening so far this season. But all I will say is, because I just see everyone writing Man City off, and I just think with this team, these players and that manager, you'd be a fool to write them off. I do think right now it's looking like they're not going to win the league. I think it's Liverpool's to lose 100%. They're 8 points clear. But you're talking about, not only are these players experienced winners, they're just gifted, innate winners. A lot of these players, like, it's in them. Like, they're going to be hurting more than anyone right now at how they're playing and what's going on within the club right now. So I don't know. I think they're going through something
I think they're getting through something that we've seen when the fear's gone. You're in a tunnel before you go to the Etihad and you're like, please just let's leave and not get embarrassed. Teams are going to the Etihad dreaming, thinking we can get some points here. We're going to get something from here. At least we're going to score a few goals here. And that's a really dangerous place to be, because Man City were beating a lot of teams in the tunnel on just stepping out. They were winning games. Now you've got to say to yourself, Pep has to do something that I don't know if he's done in his managerial career in terms of actually rebuilding a side, and he's doing it without his sporting director. He's gone. The one from Sporting is now coming in. And as you lot said before, some of the buys have been a bit dodgy. So what they need to do now is buy the correct players that will come in and they can go again. Like, Klopp must be so angry with himself that this has happened at this moment. He's been right there on the coattails. And then now Pep has lost energy at this moment. It's insane.
Let's talk about Spurs before we wrap this up, lads, because we did touch on them at the start. Yeah. Big Ange, he is such an emotional manager, and as a neutral, I love having him in the Premier League. I love his style of football. It's entertaining. It's either chaos or it's fucking beautiful. But obviously, Craig, you were on his case a bit. Is the whole Spurs fan base now going, you know what? We've just seen something the likes of which we never thought we would see. We do need to give him more time and patience.
Yeah, I don't know if it was by design or just the flow of the game and being at the Etihad, but we saw a different side of Spurs that I haven't really seen under Ange, and that's grinding it out, being resolute. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're usually a team that just want the ball all the time. And like I said, I don't know if it's because, we scored and Man City were just trying to get the goal and we couldn't get the ball. But I saw Maddison defending like I've never seen him defend before. I saw players really, you know what I mean, showing that heart to not let the ball go in the back of the net. Like, we haven't had a clean sheet in ages. We haven't had a good result, a real good result away from home. All of 2024. So to go to the Etihad, I don't care how bad Man City are right now. Those players, like I said, are still those players out there. They're still at home. They've still got Pep Guardiola. To go there and win 4-0 and keep a clean sheet with both our CBs out, to me, showed a different side of the game. And I just hope it was by design. I hope Ange, he took a bit of that stubbornness away and said, look, it's Man City. I know if we play this way, we can get a good result against them. And he's prepared to do that at certain places like Anfield going on in the future and the Emirates and harder places where you can't just think you're going to bop the team all of the time. It's not going to happen. But if he isn't prepared to do that and he's still prepared to just do gun-ho every single game, that's not going to fare well for us in the long run. Because as you can see, like you said, we've lost 5 games, won 6. I don't want that. I want more consistency. I want stability. I don't care how good the football is. Let's do both ends of the game. Let's defend well and attack well. Let's balance yin and yang, please.
He needs to reduce the stubbornness in order to turn some of those losses into draws, for sure. And it's weird, right? Because of all these years, my first introduction to football was Kevin Keegan football, right? For those kids out there who don't know, he was the most attacking football manager ever created, right? This guy did not give a fuck about defense. And he emotional lunatic as well, right? Up and down. He's so big. Ange is a lot like Kevin Keegan, and Kevin Keegan also produced these kind of moments. We beat Manchester United 5-0 when Man United were Alex Ferguson, Eric Cantona, or Roy Keane, the greatest, right? They were a couple of years away from winning a treble. And I really see a lot of Kevin Keegan in that. And unfortunately, I also see a lot of Kevin Keegan when his head goes down in his interviews and he's lost in his because he lives it. He absolutely kicks every ball. He's so emotional. So he does need to get a bit of control over himself as well, I think, as a leader. And start to, when you take a defeat, losing in the right way, right? And as you've just said, they've shown that resolute side now, so they need to take something from that, especially against one of the greatest sides in world football. But lads, fucking hell, it's getting interesting.
I just want to say just before we leave it, I just want to say quickly, I'm giving him to the end of the season. I need to see where Spurs finish and what we do by the end. That's what I'm going to do. I know Spurs fans are going to be like, no, stick with him. No, I need to see, because like I said, if we lose to Fulham this weekend, so I need to see the end of the season. I want to see how it goes in terms of
the next 3 games are actually going to be a real good test for him. Actually, if you think about it, you've got Fulham, who are like overperforming. They've got, by the way, they're second on expected points in the entire Premier League. Then you got Bournemouth, who, let's be honest, they look really good as well. They beat City, didn't they? And then you've just got a relatively easy game against Chelsea. Just saying.
Yeah, that is 3 very good games to judge him on, for sure, because they're winnable. And it's interesting to see how he approaches them.
Except the last one, but yeah, I agree.
All right.